Dr. T N Seema.
Respected Vice Chairman, I start my speech with an observation. The functions of the ministry include promoting survival, protection, development and participation of women and children in a holistic manner, and ensuring gender concern in the policies and programs of the government is also their responsibility. So these specific roles makes this ministry different and more important from the other ministries. But I have a genuine question. Do the Honorable Minister sincerely believes that your ministry is doing this role? Does the ministry hold a holistic approach to the issues of women and children in this country? Unfortunately, no, sir. It is a junk of some piecemeal programs with meager funds, and it is not based on any gender policy. And frankly speaking, from the beginning of the first 5-year plan in 1951, the union government never had a gender perspective development plan. So I'm not blaming this government or Honorable Minister for that. Problem is the basic approach itself from the first 5-year plan, that is considering women as only mothers and homemakers. Women are not just that. Women are equal citizens playing important roles in the development of the society. They are not homogeneous group. They belong to minority, they belong to SC, ST, OBC and other backward castes also. Majority of women face class, caste, gender discrimination in our country. So the ministry should have a holistic approach which considers the different roles of women in our country, in our society. So my second point is regarding gender budgeting process. The union government started gender budgeting process in 2008. Gender budget is not a separate budget for women, but it is used as a tool to identify the existing gender differences and discrimination in the development process. Women and Child Ministry is responsible for the coordination of gender budgeting process. They have done some training and some studies, it's true. But what is the status of gender budget now? No auditing, no interim monitoring on expenditure, no sex segregated data on different ministries' program. I would request Honorable Minister to please ensure proper gender budgeting process in the coming years. Sir, my third point is on ICDS. We know ICDS has the major share in women and child development budget, more than 88%. The ICDS presently covers almost only less than half of the 16 crore children below 6 years in the country. So Honorable Supreme Court had asked many times to the union government to expand the coverage of ICDS to make it universal. But do you have any plan to expand the ICDS program and make it universal? Because it is very necessary. And the centers must be set up particularly in the areas where SC, ST population is concentrated, because we know the malnutrition condition is very, very dangerous, especially in the tribal area. And look at the staff pattern, staff strength of ICDS. Many crucial posts are vacant now in ICDS. 36% of the CDPOs and 37% of the supervisors posts who are very crucial, who have the responsibility, nodal responsibility to coordinate or implement this program, those posts are vacant in ICDS. Sir, Women and Child Ministry is supposed to take care of the concern of women in our society. But look at the condition of lakhs of women working under different schemes and missions in the central government. For example, not only ICDS, NRHM, midday meal. Actually, they are the backbones of these programs. But they are not considered as workers. Their hard work is not considered as work. Ministry itself, who is supposed to be the nodal agency to take concern of women, they are exploiting the invisible work of women in this country. Sir, we have heard many times, yesterday also Honorable Minister for Health, he was saying that these are voluntary work, these are social service. I wonder why only women are for voluntary work? Men are not interested in social work? Why only women? When we say that women have plenty of free time, or we are supposed to be born to do social service? No, sir. These millions of women working under these ICDS, NRHM and other midday meal workers, they are working because of their acute poverty. And they always expect that today or tomorrow they will get a decent wage. And in the last year labor conference, National Labor Conference, the central government, state governments and trade unions came into a consensus that women working under ICDS.
Silence, please. Kindly listen to her.
ICDS and other schemes like NRHM and midday meal programs will be considered as workers who are entitled to decent wage and other labor protection. If there was a consensus, why government is still reluctant to implement that decision? So my humble request, my question through you, sir, will Honorable Minister consider to implement the decision of the National Conference, last National Labour Conference? Sir, my next point is on National Women's Commission. National Women's Commission in the center and State Women's Commission in the states have a crucial role in ensuring rights and justice to women. There is no doubt. But sir, are they equipped enough and strong enough to do this job? Unfortunately, no, sir. Sir, we have seen these days, anybody can come up with fatwas and or derogatory statements on women. Don't use mobiles, don't wear jeans, don't go out alone, don't travel, and don't make your own choice for marriages. Khap panchayats are really terrorizing the lives of women in this country. Who gave this power to the Khap panchayat? These are not social institutions. These are not constitutional institutions. Why can't we ban the Khap panchayats? Because they are questioning, they are oppressing women, they are questioning, they are denying the democratic rights of women in this country. Yeah, constitution, the equal rights is given, is guaranteed in the constitution itself. They are denying that demands. Sir, equal right for women is guaranteed in the constitution. So whenever the constitution rights of women are questioned, it is the duty of National Women's Commission and State Commission to intervene and make sure that these kind of regressive forces will be stopped. And more important that the Women's Commission should be function independently without any political influence or any partiality. So my fifth point is regarding the implementation of law. My dear friend, Honorable MP Derrick had raised that issue, the implementation of, we have passed many laws. Domestic Violence Prevention Act, Sexual Harassment at Workplace Prevention Act, and one more thing, the child sex ratio, many raised that issue. The child sex ratio is deteriorating day by day. What about the implementation of PC-PNDT Act? So please look at to the implementation of these as laws we have passed earlier. A single window which provides holistic package of services for women and girls in distress is important, sir. Sir, there is one program under this Women and Child Ministry which has been running, implementing for the last 20 years, Rashtriya Mahila Kosh. I think which has very less amount, not a big amount. This program is to provide credit to the poor women through SHGs. RMK, this Rashtriya Mahila Kosh will give fund to NGOs at the rate of 8% interest, and the NGOs give credit to the SHGs, poor SHGs, at the rate of 18% interest. The interest gap, 10% interest gap is the profit of the NGOs. And why we call it women empowerment? Actually, it is exploitation in the name of empowerment. And so my request to you, madam, is please reformulate this program, this scheme, so that poor women, especially women belong to SC, ST, minority, and poor women can credit at the rate not higher than 2% per annum. Madam, women in this country need more sensible, realistic, gender-sensitive approach.
Madam is not in the chair.
So sorry. Actually, I was so happy to address somebody, madam.
I am sorry, I can't.
sorry,
I am
sir.
sorry, I can't help you.
Sir, dear, respected sir, women in this country need more sensible, realistic, gender-sensitive approach in the programs and functioning of the Women and Child Ministry. No more sugar-coated promises and hollow dreams. We need sincere, concrete interventions. If the Honorable Minister is ready to take brave steps, I'm very sure that the women in this country will wholeheartedly extend their full support to her activities. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Oh, thank you for adhering to the time. On time. Your time is 10 minutes and you finish your speech in 10 minutes. Special thanks for that. I think everybody should follow this good example.